Hello, Patreon. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the astrology forecast for the week of April 14th, 2025. My name is Molly Flowers. Let's get into it. The green days for this week is basically all the days. They all have something going for them. But some days also do have some red to them. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are also red days. And I also want to give y'all a heads up about the end of next week because there is a pretty intense new moon in Taurus headed our way. If you're a member on Patreon, go ahead and pull up next week's forecast and get the details there because it's kind of a doozy. Awesome. Green days mean there's opportunities, there's flow, luck will be on your side a bit more, and it's easier to move forward. Red days represent friction or challenges or tension in the skies and a need for more awareness. The week of April 14th opens with a mixed bag of green and red energies. The overarching green energy is Uranus sextile the node. It shows opportunities to connect with AI or other technology, to purchase equipment or update your system, or connect with smarties who can help you troubleshoot and solve those types of problems. Mercury and Mars are both changing signs this week, activating bold action and fiery communication as Mercury slips into Aries and Mars slips into Leo after a very long stint in Cancer. Mars has spent an unusually long time stirring the emotional pot in defensive Cancer. There's a lot to love about the sign Cancer, but when Mars is there can be a lot of defensiveness. There can be some tendency to sidestep the issues. Finally, we now have Mars in a sign that Mars expresses more comfortably in. In Leo, Mars brings the heat, the passion, and the creativity to the fore. We love to see it. The high energy of Mars is also going to light up Neptune this week, opening up room to move with ease and move forward with creative and spiritual Neptunian type of pursuits. This might be a great time to tune in with your intuition, for example. Let's talk about work and ambitions. Mars aligning with Neptune this week shows easy progress in the creative realm. So check in with your colors, your designs, your messaging. Is it hitting the right emotional notes? Neptune is very emotional. Check in with your intuition. Maybe pull some tarot cards about the projects that you are working on. Mercury moves into Aries on Wednesday, and this is going to bring more clarity where there was kind of dithering and bouncing around and everything was changing and not really stabilizing and coming together. Well, here's the moment where things really start to come together and move forward in a particular direction. This is a lot more decisive energy than where we are coming from. Mercury is also going to move into alignment with Pluto, called a sextile, which is an opportunity aspect. This is going to be most in force on Friday and Saturday, and it gives us a powerful chance to shift the conversation, transform your thinking, and tighten up your messaging and communication. Pluto is a planet of transformation, and it's also a financial planet. So this is also a good time to check on your money, your bank accounts, your investments, and the structure of your business. Let's talk about relationships, love, and connection. Mark Friday and Saturday for date nights or fun times as Venus conjunct the North Node lights up hearts and brings love in with the cosmic tide. Time with your most easygoing friends is well spent, but when Sunday comes around, a square between the Sun and Mars can bring up stubborn and uncompromising attitudes and stir up tension and potential conflict. So this would be maybe a day to pull back and take a break Take it easy and also be careful. Let's talk about health and well-being. As Mars moves through the final degrees of Cancer, inflammation will tend to impact the stomach, the upper GI tract, and the breast. This is where we've been since January, so this shouldn't be new news. But when Mars moves into Leo on Friday, that's going to boost the general vitality. And it can also bring heat to your system. So if you're already running hot, add cooling and hydrating foods. Maybe get more water because Leo is a very dry sign. And move in ways that allows you to express the excess fire so it doesn't get stuck in your system, like dancing or walking or swimming, perhaps. The Mars-Neptune trine that graces the end of the week and Saturday is perfect for dance or some kind of creative movement. Now let's talk about where we are in the lunar cycle this week. We're just coming down off the big energy of Saturday's full moon, April 12th. The full moon might have stirred the pot for you in whatever house or whatever planets in your chart are affected by it. You might still be processing those emotions and those energies as the moon moves through the third quarter this week. A situation plays out, whatever came to a head around the Saturday's full moon continues to play out, to stir and to churn until the energy starts to settle down and move towards a conclusion, which happens next week. And we move toward another intense new moon in Taurus on April 27th. The third quarter is the immature waning phase, just coming off of the full moon. And it tends to be pretty full of activity. It's the first week of the waning moon. And so projects that you set in motion now will benefit from a sustained release of energy over time. Okay, if you're wanting to release the energy quickly and for good, you might want to wait till next week, in other words. I pulled a couple of tarot cards for us to guide us through this week. The first card I pulled was the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of work and diligence. It shows you putting effort and energy into something tangible. It shows a focus on work. You may be diligently applying yourself to this creative or occupational goal. And the support for this work is the Hanged One or the Hanged Man. This can show you getting hung up in something, getting kind of caught up in something that maybe doesn't matter that much. Or it could be about you taking a step back from it, taking a breather from this daily grind that you've been in and taking a fresh look at something or gaining an important new perspective that turns out to be of great value moving forward. Enjoy your week. I'm Molly Flowers, signing off. Take care.